Okay, so the inherent positive expectancy weaves all the way through this. And we're focusing on trading, on defining the market. We're defining the market through this worldview. We're looking at specific market conditions and specific trade location within specific market structure. And it's really not complicated. That may seem like a lot, but it's really not. Once you understand and you really have immersed yourself in this, this becomes quite natural to you to trade the market, trade market condition, and to trade market structure. And this is how you bring structure and definition to a discretionary methodology. Now, one of the things that I said when we first started, I think in session 1, was that we were going to show you a basic way that if you only learned one way, one trade, quote-unquote, setup, you would do very, very well as a trader. And we'll talk about that again tonight, but it's the basic trade. You're looking for a balance area, and you're trying to catch an initiative break out of that balance area. And then the ideal trade is when you can line up the smaller degree balance areas or balance area that is at some extreme. Then you have that trade that gives you the incredible reward to risk, because you have the risk of the smaller structure and the reward of the much larger structure. Now, one of the primary differences between us and what everybody else out there that trades, there is this obsession with indicators. There is a new business out there called Indicator Warehouse, and it's quite fascinating, and I'm sure it is a gangbuster business because there's such a huge demand for indicators. But there is this huge, everybody out there, guys, you're doing something different. If you're going to succeed at trading, it's just common sense. It's just logic that you've got to be different, since everybody is losing money. Statistically speaking, everybody's losing money. So you've got to be different. And this is different, believe me. And we're trading the market condition and market structure, and you're learning to read the market. You're learning to do what the promise of the indicators is, and that's to identify market condition, where you should be trading and where you shouldn't. But the difference between what you do and what an indicator does is an indicator is an oscillator. They oscillate. They move up and down. It's based on a number series. The number series is generated by changes in price. It's random, frankly. I mean, most price activity is random, right? So what good does it do to slap an indicator on randomness? You're going to get random results. So we're looking for a very specific confluence of location and condition. Now, something else we're going to talk about tonight is time. We really haven't talked about time very much, but it's implicit in what we're doing. You use time to gauge the market, to help you to identify and alert you to perhaps a change in a market condition. And it can be a major change or it can be a subtle change. A subtle change would be a market that is moving vertically in a time frame. And let's say we're trading, it doesn't matter, but we're trading intraday, and you're up, 3, 4, 5 30-minute bars. Well, at that point in time, you don't fade that. But at that point in time, you're saying, okay, this market's going to stop here, and it's going to start to rotate. Now, I don't know how much rotation there's going to be, but the clock is running in this time frame on this particular phase of vertical development. And the reason I know that is because it's the purpose of the market to facilitate trade. Trade is not being facilitated right now. So I said you all are in session 1, 2, or 3. You always can go back to certain precepts that are the guidelines, the base principles for this, and it all defaults back to that. So we are looking and we're analyzing the market through this particular lens, and you will get better and better and better at it. I'm adamant about pointing out to people that we don't predict the market, and we don't. But that said, you can understand how the market typically develops, and you can use that information to have an idea about the possibilities that are in front of you and the increasing probability of certain things happening over certain others. Now, that doesn't mean you can always trade every single thing that's in front of you, because you can't. You'll never be able to do that. You shouldn't even try. But it's really neat to be able to sit at your workstation and pull up some random market that you haven't looked at before, and I promise you, you'll begin to look at things, and you'll look at lumber, and you'll say, oh, wow, there's a balance area. It's amazing what you will be able to see and anticipate. Now, there's a difference between anticipating a recurring structure that the market forms and predicting, the imminent top in something in some time frame. Plus, even if you could predict tops and bottoms, you'd still have to know how to trade. And that's the sticky wicket. We're learning how to trade, and our ability to read the market is the means to the end of trading. It's not so that we can be, savants or gurus or seers or any of this other stuff.